Most guys say they want to be independent, but the moment they feel truly alone with no girlfriend, no hype from friends, no family who really gets their vision, something inside them starts to panic. You start asking yourself, am I wasting my time? What if nobody ever understands what I'm building? Am I just delusional for wanting this life? The truth is, most men are not afraid of hard work. We are not even that scared of failing. We are afraid of walking a path that nobody else understands. In this video, I want to share how I became a lone wolf on purpose, not bitter, not under people, just calm, focused, and okay with walking my path, even when it's just me. Let's talk about that. There's a very specific kind of pressure on men right now. It's not just make more money, get in shape, be successful. It's also have an exciting social life, have amazing friends, be in a great relationship, be understood by everyone around you. Basically, be a strong, independent man, but also never feel alone, right? So what happens? A lot of guys build their life around not feeling lonely instead of building their life around what actually feels true for them. We choose careers that are easy to explain. We stay in friend groups that don't really fit us anymore, just so we are not the weird ones, right? We chase relationships or situationships just so there's always someone there, even if it's not right. And then when it gets quiet at night, you feel disconnected. You are surrounded by people, but you're not really with yourself. That's not a life, that's just a noise. I've been saying for a long time now, and I want to make this very clear. I'm okay with that. Not in a bitter, I don't need anyone, screw relationships way. Just call me. Right now, my priority is simple. Build myself, build my work, live by my principles. If a relationship comes that fits that life, beautiful. I'm open to it, but I don't build my identity around having it. Same thing with family. I was actually in a good position. I didn't grow up with some super toxic environment. My parents were standing in my way, telling me I'm a failure if I don't pick a safe life. Most of the time, it was more like, we don't fully understand what you're doing, but it's your life, do your thing. So on a deeper level, there was this trust. They believed in me as a person, even if they didn't see the exact picture of what I was building, right? So the real challenge wasn't that anyone was against me. The challenge was I didn't have a role model. No one in my direct environment had walked this exact path before. No one I could copy. No one who could say, look, I did it like this. Here's the map. And when you have no map, you start looking around and thinking, okay, who can I take with me so this feels less scary? That's when I started trying to pull people onto my work. Come to this seminar with me. You have to read this book. It changed my life. Let's start this business together. Sometimes they said yes, but most of the time they didn't. Or they weren't as serious as I was. And every time that happened, it felt a little bit like a rejection of my path. At some point, after repeating the pattern enough times, I had to sit down and be brutally honest with myself. And I asked myself, am I sharing all of this because I just want to help them or because I secretly don't want to walk alone? And the answer was quite uncomfortable. Yes, I wanted to help them, absolutely. But there was also a part of me that was scared to be the only one who takes this seriously. I wasn't just sharing excitement. I was looking for emotional safety. I wanted someone to stand next to me and say, I'm in this with you. You are not crazy. The big shift happened when I realized maybe I don't need that. Maybe it's okay if my friends don't fully get this part of me right now. Maybe it's okay if my family can't see the full vision yet. Maybe it's okay if I'm sitting while I'm building this life. My job is not to make everyone join me. My job is to actually live what feels true for me. Once that kicked, something relaxed inside. I stopped treating every conversation like a sales pitch for my lifestyle. I stopped trying to track people into my version of growth. I still share what I love, but I don't attach my piece to who joins me or who doesn't. That's the beginning of a healthy, lone wolf mindset. But when I say lone wolf, I don't mean the edgy, broken guy who sits in his room saying, I don't need anyone. Everybody sucks, right? That's not the strength. That's just pain with a mask. For me, living like a lone wolf means this. I'm okay being single right now. I'm open to love, to your family one day, but my sense of worth doesn't depend on having that today. I don't need perfect friendships or perfect friends who are on the exact same journey. My friends can have different lives, different priorities. I can still like them and still choose different path for myself. I don't need full understanding from my environment. My parents don't have to understand every detail of YouTube business or my vision. The basic trust they have in me is enough. The rest is my responsibility. I accept that some parts of my path will look strange from the outside, and that's okay. Not everyone has to get it. This is not about closing your heart. It's about building a spine. When you stop begging the world to constantly understand, approve, and join you, you become much calmer. And the funny paradox is, the calmer you are, with walking alone, the more the right people start to notice. People begin to see your consistency, see your values. They see that this isn't the phase. Some will quietly respect it. Some will slowly move closer. Some new people will appear in your life who actually match the path you're on. Maybe they are not in your life yet, but they will be. Not because you chased them, but because you walked. So let me give you a few practical ways to build this in a healthy way. Not as a cold, isolated robber, but as grounded man who can be with himself. Schedule one intentional alone night per week. Not for scrolling, not for numbing out with junk dopamine, just you. Go for a walk without headphones. Sit in your room with a journal. Make yourself a simple meal and eat it in silence. You will probably notice very quickly how strong your urge is to run back to noise, messages, social media, and distraction. That restlessness, that's the part of you that's not used to simply being with yourself. If you can't be with yourself in a quiet room, how are you going to walk a path that most people don't understand? This is your training ground. Ask yourself one brutally honest question in writing. If nobody ever clapped for me, would I still want this life I'm building? And if your answer is no, then maybe you're not building your life, you're building a performance. Sit with that. Write out what you would still do even if nobody else there got you, or nobody praised it, or nobody thought it was impressive. That's where a real path starts. So make one decision this week based only on your principles, not on approval. That could be something like saying no to an invitation you don't actually want, even if your friends push you. Starting a project you've been talking about months without asking 10 people, do you think this is a good idea? Sticking to your plan for the day, even if someone calls you lazy or too serious. One small act of loyalty to yourself is worth more than 100 motivational quotes. Every time you choose your path over comfort, approval, or being fully understood, you are training your lone wolf muscle. Living like a lone wolf doesn't mean you will be alone forever. It means you decide to become so grounded, so honest, so stable with yourself that you don't need a constant validation to keep walking. I'm single. I don't have a lot of friends, and I spend a lot of time on my own, working, training, thinking, creating. But I'm not hiding from people. I'm not running from love or from friendship or from a future family. I'm just done needing those things to feel like I'm enough. And that's the shift I want for you. To be a man who can walk his path calmly, even if nobody fully gets it yet. Because when you become that man, the right people eventually show up anyway. You won't even be able to stop it. If you're tired of cheap dopamine, tired of performing for approval, and you want to claim clarity and real inner strength, this is what this channel is for you. If it spoke to you, stick around and subscribe if you feel like it. And let's build a generation of men who can walk alone when they need to and still stay open to real connections when it counts. That's the lone wolf. Not bitter, not broken, just at peace. I walk a lonely way, the only way that I have ever known.